Hey guys, it's Maddie. So for my Genius Hour project, I created a YouTube account and I'm going to do book reviews on it. Now this is the very first one I'm going to do, and I'm going to do Shatter Me. I'm doing this one because it's my favorite book and I absolutely love it. You know how books, they're your favorite until you read another book and then it becomes your favorite? Well, this has been my favorite for 2 years, so that tells you just how special it is. Now, Shatter Me, it's about this girl and her touch is lethal, however you say it. And that means she kills people whenever she touches them. So this is kind of set into the future, and it's all run, everything is kind of torn down and ruined. And it's all run by this commander, officer, anyway. So it's all run by these people, and Juliet, that's the name of the main character, she's been locked up her entire life. Until one day, the chief commander of the district she lives in, which is District 45, comes and brings her out. And he's telling her that he's going to use her as a weapon because of her touch. So this book is kind of about her life and what's happening. At first it's kind of a little bit confusing, and you have to get used to reading it because she crosses out her thoughts. In the very cover, it says my touch is lethal, and then it's crossed out, and then it says my touch is power. So it's she's thinking these thoughts, and she's like, no, Juliet, that's a bad thought. You can't think that. So she crosses it out and redoes it. So she kind of rethinks what she says. Also, half of the first book is kind of her journal entries. So you kind of have to stick with what's her journal and what's really happening right now. So that kind of makes it a little bit confusing, but it also makes it a lot more interesting. I think it kind of made the book a little bit more, it's kind of harder to follow, but it makes it a lot more kind of interesting and easier to focus. It kind of, draws your attention a little bit more. Now, this book is simply amazing. There's really, I'd say it's more for girls because there's also a love interest in it. There's a soldier named Adam. Now, I personally do not like Adam, but most people do. So, Adam's one of the soldiers, and he's the first person ever to be nice to Juliet. So she instantly, and there's one other catch. He can touch her. Everybody else dies instantly when they touch her, except for him. So obviously, they're going to kind of fall in love a little bit. But then there's also the, commander of Sector 45, and his name is Aaron. Now, I personally am in love with him. He is the best thing ever. So I really like him, and it's kind of a love triangle, her trying to decide who she really is and who she really wants to be, and each guy kind of represents a different her. Now, this doesn't really happen until a little bit later in the books, but it's interesting how you see Juliet develop as a character, because in the very beginning, she's just this shy person, and she cries at almost everything. That kind of bothered me a little bit, because she was a wreck. And then as the book kind of develops and you can see her getting stronger, and her trying to decide who she actually wants to become, and see what she wants to do with her life, and see if she really wants to just kind of be this person that kind of lets everything go and just kind of mopes around about it, or if she's going to actually take some action and do something and use her powers to make the world a better place. So this book is kind of about her journey through life and stuff, and it's really great, and I really recommend you guys trying to check it out and reading it. So this was my Genius Hour project, and thanks for watching.